Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really digging into a case that's just captivated Florida for, gosh, a decade now. The alleged murder for hire of FSU law professor Dan Markel back in 2014. We're going to try and unravel this, focusing, on the latest trial, Donna Adelson's. We're looking at all the sources to give you the clearest picture.
Yeah, it's fascinating really how a really bitter family fight seems to have spiraled into this huge high-profile criminal case. Years later, too. We'll try to connect the dots, from the crime itself to what prosecutors are laying out now against Donna Adelson, trying to understand the how and the why.
Okay, so let's unpack it from the beginning then, because the motive seems, well, absolutely central here. Dan Markel, shot, killed in his garage, July 18, 2014. Investigators pretty quickly landed on a murder for hire theory. And the root, a really nasty custody dispute.
Exactly. That's the core question, right?
Yep.
The motive. Markel's ex-wife, Wendy Adelson, she wanted to move their two boys from Tallahassee down to South Florida, closer to her family. But Markel fought it in court, and he won. He blocked the move. That seems to be the main point of contention.
Right. And this is where it gets really complicated, because it's not just one person accused. Before Donna Adelson's trial even started, 4 other people were already convicted in connection with the murder. 4. That suggests, a pretty significant conspiracy as the prosecution sees it.
It really does. It shows just how determined the prosecution has been to sort of dismantle this whole alleged plot. So those convictions include Donna's own son, Wendy's brother, Charlie Adelson. He was found guilty of arranging it all. Then there's Catherine McBanoa, Charlie's ex-girlfriend. She was the go-between, the link.
Okay.
And, of course, the 2 men who carried out the shooting, Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera. Rivera actually took a plea deal, testified for the prosecution, gave them a lot of insight.
Okay, so with Charlie convicted, McBanoa, the hitman, one testifying, what's the specific evidence they're using now to tie Donna Adelson to it all? I mean, they're calling her the co-mastermind with Charlie. What's the link?
Well, the case against Donna, it's built on several key pieces. Circumstantial, yes, but prosecutors argue it paints a picture. First, there are these wiretapped phone calls.
Yeah.
Very incriminating stuff. She and Charlie allegedly used, coded language.
Yeah.
Talking about paperwork, for instance, right after an undercover agent did this bump operation.
Right, the bump, where the agent pretends to approach Charlie, kind of testing the water.
Exactly. Designed to get them talking, worried. Then there's her attempt to flee the country. Just a week after Charlie was convicted last November, she and her husband, Harvey, were arrested. Miami International Airport.
Trying to board a flight.
A one-way flight to Vietnam. And crucially, Vietnam doesn't have an extradition treaty with the U.S.
Wow, okay, that looks bad. Especially with jail calls reportedly mentioning escape plans.
It does look suspicious, yes. And then there's the money.
The money trail. Always important in these kinds of cases, right?
Absolutely. It's a potentially very strong link. Catherine McBanoa, the go-between, she got over $17,000 in paychecks, signed by Donna Adelson, from the Adelson family dental practice.
Okay.
But here's the thing. McBanoa never actually worked there. So the prosecution argues these payments were, a way to funnel money for her role.
But Donna's defense, they're saying this is all circumstantial, aren't they? They argue there's no direct proof she was involved, that Charlie handled the money for McBanoa and not Donna. And we might even hear testimony from Charlie, maybe Wendy, even Donna's other son, Rob Adelson. That could be interesting.
It certainly could. Her lawyers are definitely pushing back hard on the interpretation of that evidence.
So wrapping up this deep dive, it's just a stark look at how family conflict can escalate in truly tragic ways. And for you listening, it really shows how prosecutors can, years later, piece together a case like this, methodically building it against alleged masterminds. It takes incredible persistence, doesn't it?
It really does. And it leaves you with a pretty profound question, I think. What is the true cost of family loyalty when it's pushed to these absolute extremes? How do you reconcile wanting a certain outcome, like keeping family close, with the massive legal and moral lines that might get crossed to achieve it? It's something to think about.